They tell me I'm intimidating. They tell me I can melt a man with my stare. Actually, we're just all playing the same game. Well, almost.
What Barry said is 100% correct. Ted Forrest has got back in this game by making correct reads on the other players.
Action's now on Doyle Brunson, who wakes up with pocket aces.
How much, Doyle?
26.
26.
It's weird.
No.
It is weird.
What's weird about it?
It's extra 2,000.
I can't believe I'm not playing this hand.
Neither can Doyle.
I'm even.
Ted Forrest is right again. Normally, I think he would play a 9-10 suited in that position for 2,600, but he threw it away.
Elijah calls with an 8-6 suited.
I'm going to go all in right now. Why not?
Jerry Buss picks up a nice hand on the button.
Call.
No.
He calls with King-Jack suited. And Barry Greenstein's got pocket queens.
Uh-oh. This could spell disaster for Barry. He raises to 15,000, and that's just going to be the beginning of the fireworks.
Sammy just walks around and there's action.
Sammy, I got to have something in the middle all the time then.
What you're seeing now is Doyle Brunson's King Lear. He's given this performance many times in different cities all over the world.
When you come by, I know we're going to do a lot of these guys are open. Keep raising.
I'm all in.
All in.
Wow. He just bet $500,000 right here.
Whoa. Doyle Brunson moves $500,000 into the pot.
Getting frisky.
Elijah gets out of the way. Buss folds.
Okay. Barry's calling.
There's going to be some blood, gentlemen.
Barry didn't even think about it. He called immediately.
Putting in his last $82,000 into the pot.
What was your best hand, Jerry?
Greenstein's in trouble as we head to the flop. 3-8 ace, and Brunson flops a set of aces, and it's all but over for Barry Greenstein unless he gets running queens. Turn cards are 9, and Doyle Brunson wins the hand on nearly $200,000 in a single hand. Now that's high-stakes poker.
Kind of surprised me that Barry didn't hesitate for a second. I guess he was hoping that Doyle had ace-king or maybe a pair of jacks.
He's winning all the money in the props.
But that was an ego thing.
Yeah.
He only did that because he wanted to bust Mike.
Did he? Or
Who busted Mike? No, Phil Locke busted Mike.
he busted himself.
So Mike ended up...
Sean's got it right. Mike Manisow busted himself.
Yeah, he ended up getting, because he was going to quit at 11. He racked up, but we paid him $4,000.
I think Daniel's been telling this story in his sleep.
And Ming led the charge. He
Big
threw the
flop
1,000 in
here.
first.
Everybody catches a piece of the flop.
But especially Doyle. Doyle's got aces and kings, and Sean's got aces and the nut flush draw. Going to be some action here. Big Papa comes out and bets.
7,000 for Doyle.
Oh, wait. Can I get chips?
Let's see what Mr. Sean Chacon's going to do here.
Huh? Well, I'm going to get more.
He's got aces and the nut flush draw.
You don't do your 50 bundles like last
I had some, but I gave them to Phil.
Gave him or lost him?
No, I
you
borrowed
sold
100
again?
from him, and he wanted cash, so
Oh, I see.
I gave it to him. He wanted cash, I guess. I could use some cash.
Here, I can give you something. How
Give me a
about-
stack is good, or
Here's
whatever.
50,000.
Yeah, that'll
I don't
work.
like giving a lot of chips.
We
There we
start
go.
with 100.
Thanks.
Looks like Doyle's going all in. There he
There he
goes.
comes. And Shiki calls.
Shiki called immediately.
The pot is huge, $215,000.
And Doyle's a 2-to-1 favorite here to win this money.
Put it next to him.
Sean Shiki's going to need 2 nines, a club, and no aces or
You can
kings.
deal it twice if you want, or once. It doesn't matter to me.
Tell him how many times.
Otherwise, he's going to lose all his money.
Did I get my 7 back? Or you put,
I put the 7, I took your 7. So
take that back over there then.
Take that back. And now
Yeah, can I get
Once or twice, John? Suit yourself.
2 stacks of regular.
100,000 and 1,000, and also 10,000 and 100. One rack of 100.
We'll do it.
Rack of yellow. Rack of yellow, rack of black.
You going to twice?
Just 100.
I don't care.
He said, you name it. Come on, go.
Remember that old movie, Marty? What do you want to do? I don't care. What do you want to do?
Just like rocket science or something.
I'm just thinking. All right, we'll just do it once. One time.
Sean's just made it. He said just once.
All right.
Let's play poker here. If I catch a club, I catch a club.
Oh, for them to tell you?
2 of diamonds.
Now we can do it twice.
Wait.
Hold on. Don't do it.
Do what? Do it twice now?
One card or both cards? One and two.
One card.
Oh, one, then natural. No, let's do it.
Sean just made a $215,000 joke.
I don't care. You can call that too.
Once or twice? Once.
One time.
Sean's sticking to his plan. One time needs a club.
No. Jack of hearts on the river.
One time.
When there's a straddle, he'll
Go ahead.
Meanwhile,
Jeez.
Doyle's got aces back to back.
There he goes.
You understand?
Raise the 2,200.
Y'all playing straddle all
Yeah,
the
we
time?
play
Yeah,
straddle.
all
No, we're not playing strat all the time.
Just this one round?
Just the one round.
Very interesting. I think Doyle was the first one to say what happened to the straddle. Not too often you get aces back to back. It's got one caller, Jamie Gold, with the same hand he had last time, King Jack.
Oh, Sheiky.
It's a repeat.
This is unbelievable.
You still got money?
Flop comes 9-8-5.
And 9 is the high card on the flop again.
King on the turn.
You could be the one that felt Sheiky and get a $1,000 tip today. Whichever dealer felt Sheiky gets a $1,000
What do you mean by
tip.
feeling cheeky?
Felts.
No.
Like when you say rebuy, the second you say rebuy, whether I'm in the pot or not, that dealer's gonna get one of them things. And I'm gonna laugh my ass off
You giving the dealer 1,000 for what?
for felting Sheik.
And Jamie's feeling comfortable now. He thinks maybe Doyle is slow played a pair of jacks, a pair of queens, and he's got the best hand with his kings.
I figure you'll
He's
start
never
yourself.
played with Doyle before, and he probably hasn't played with players the caliber of Doyle Brunson.
Not believe me.
Doyle has convinced Jamie that Jamie has the best hand, but now Jamie's starting to sense,
Yeah.
well, what's going on now? Well, wait a minute, I thought I had this under control.
Doyle raises the 26,000.
But Jamie thinks it's a bluff. He
Calls.
calls.
All right. Six on the river.
That 6 is probably not going to affect Doyle too much, even though a 7 would make a straight. The only hand that Doyle would be afraid of is King 7 because he's pretty convinced that Jamie has a pair of kings.
30,000 from Doyle.
Bets 30,000, wants Jamie to call. And Jamie does not want to get bluffed by Doyle Brunson. If Doyle had a hand like 10-Jack, decided to draw on the turn, hoped to hit a 7 or a queen, and has missed, he feels Doyle would probably bet 30,000 just like he bet. So Jamie knows that Doyle doesn't have a King 10 or a pair of jacks or a pair of queens because Doyle wouldn't bet 30,000. He knows Doyle has him beat or Doyle has a bluff.
All right, I call.
He calls.
Aces, nice hand. I thought you had ace king and I was making even a bad call either way.
Well, Mr. Gold, welcome to high stakes poker. And have you met Mr. Doyle Brunson?
I do. Thank you. And Doyle's got kings.
Now, a sleeper straddle at a party, that's a whole different thing.
Yeah, I don't want to get into that.
All right.
Oh my God, he called.
Meanwhile, Doyle's going to slow play his kings again. He did this on our last show. It worked for him. Let's see if it works again. So far, so good. Doyle's hoping now someone has a jack. Daniel's debating taking a shot here. Nobody has a jack, a 5, or diamonds. Little bet here would get the pot.
Right, comes out with 8,500.
And Doyle says, gotcha, son. What am I going to do now? Will the Big Papa raise here? Or try and trap some more? Not sure.
Little cagey call here.
He ain't made up his mind at the last minute just to call. Now this is interesting. Ellie's sensing something here. He's sensing that Daniel is doing just what he's doing, trying to pick up the pot, and maybe Doyle has something like a weak jack. So Ellie's thinking, maybe I can take this pot down right now.
Raise.
Oh boy, he makes it 25,000.
Now Daniel's going to be gone, and now back to Doyle.
Doyle calls.
Doyle just threw it in like he's got a jack.
Heads up to the turn.
4 clubs on the turn.
Checks.
Looks like Ellie's going to take another shot.
Big shot, $55,000 bet here.
55K.
And I think Doyle is saying, hey, son, you got a 5, you got me. I know you put that sleeper straddle on. You might have a 5, but if you do, you got me.
Call.
Now, if nothing comes up on the river, it's going to be interesting to see if Ellie bets again.
Deuce.
Perfect card to keep representing a 5. Doyle checks. No diamond, no jack. Will Ellie fire that third bullet? Doyle said, go ahead, do it. I dare you. Just do it, son.
That face should be on every chip in Vegas.
Check.
Checks.
Should pull the trigger.
Well, after our first hand, Ellie finds himself stuck 86 grand.
Just lucky enough to hit a 5 or he's going to get me.
What?
He was lucky enough to have a 5 there, you just had me.
I just realized it, by the way. I realized if I put the last 100 in, it would be probably dead, so.
I could have won a little. On the river, I can bet the river and get paid 100%.
If you bet the flop, I fold.
Little sarcasm from
All I'm
Gur
saying
there.
is,
He's got to have a minimum of like.
Kings,
I decide that I'm going to hold on.
I would
and
kill if I could get 2 jacks.
I was, the second I open up the doors a little bit, he's going to actually have an ace-9, and I'm going to go broke. So I had to.
Pete raises to 2,500 with Jack
for
down of
rebuys
diamonds.
Kid, this is my net worth.
And Doyle's got aces.
Well, it's very dangerous to give 2 bullets to a man who would kill for jacks.
The rest is my backers.
Well, sometimes the moaning gods listen.
You don't have that. All right, I gotta ask you because I have no idea what you're talking. What are the moaning gods?
Well, poker players like to moan, you know.
Yeah.
I haven't seen a hand in 6 hours.
Oh, okay.
And they're moaning because they hope somebody's paying attention and saying, well, wait a minute, we're the poker gods. We haven't been fair to this guy.
I got you.
This guy hasn't got a hand in 6 hours.
The moaning gods. I got you.
All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to let him flop 3 aces and give Viffer a flush draw.
And he bets 20 grand.
Viffer raises here. He's going to be in a bad spot.
And he does. He raises to 125,000.
Doyle's saying,
I thought the story was
he
that
can't have quads yet, can
he
he?
was in that
I got the best hand here, 3 aces.
slipped away from him, and
I'm going all in.
That's when the
Just let me do my little Doyle Brunson look and play with the chips a little bit.
I'm all in.
There you go.
There he goes.
You talking, you didn't see the man.
And Viffer's going to do his meerkat impression, and he has to call.
I'm sure.
And he does.
All right.
Once or twice.
I hope you're not drawing.
I'm drawing.
Uh-oh.
Want to run it twice?
It's up to you. I don't care.
We could run it twice.
Viffer would be delighted to get his money back.
All that whining and then you flop a set ace.
No, you hate it. You hate it. If you guy
Okay, still running it twice, just so the camera
I
crew
haven't
knows.
won it yet, have I?
Queen on the turn.
King will get
Good card for Viffer. He now would also win with an 8 or a king.
9.
Diamond, 8 or king.
No.
Nines is a pair only.
All right.
Take the last 2
Move
out,
on.
yeah.
Just once is all I wanted to run it.
He said once, I heard him.
Those moaning gods are powerful.
Pair that board there, sweetie.
Oh, sweetie.
When you're winning, sure.
When you win the first one, the dealer's sweetie.
13 outs.
Same thing, diamond, 8 or king.
Here we
Yeah,
go.
diamonds. That's no good.
Nice hand, Doyle.
That was pretty tough. Hit a queen twice and then
Yeah, queen diamonds
lose
makes it
both
full
times.
Big Papa takes them both down.
366,000.
Daniel,
Oh, I hear you.
we're all playing the same game. Well, almost.
It's all what?
Let's feel Ivy.
Yeah.
Where it all goes?
They tell me I'm intimidating. They tell me I can melt a man with my stare. Actually, we're just all playing the same game. Well, almost.
Yeah, you didn't see that? No, I think I did. That's why like I wasn't sure. I know, so I was somewhere.
That might have been Doyle's best moment ever on high stakes poker.
Did you take?
Maybe the jack, but
Yeah, you call.
What happened here?
I just called.
Well, that steamed me up, boys.
Ace 10 of diamonds for Doyle here. He's going to raise to 11,200.
Hearing that story about how he threw away the best hand
How far off I am. I didn't think it was even a possibility he had a flush.
made Doyle put in $10,000 raise. Will Jamie call when it gets back to him with a Jack-7 offsuit? What do you think?
The guy's got a foot out the door, and I got to say, yeah.
Can't miss that family.
Yeah, I can't miss this. This might be my last hand. Here we go.
I'm surprised.
60,000 in the pot.
But again, you're better at
Yeah,
making these calls than I am.
poker community is well aware of that.
Let there be connection.
Flop me something good to go out on. Let me go broke on the last hand.
Ace Jack 4 on the flop.
Well, he has flopped a pair of jacks, but he's surrounded by aces. Aces to the right of him, aces to the left of him. And a better jack in the middle. And Dole's playing his hand real fast.
He bets 40,000 here.
And Sammy did the Lebanese chip dance and then threw his hand away. Now, Guy's got aces. But Guy's got to be aware that Doyle has not raised too much before the flop, but doesn't matter. Guy's called with his ace-5. Guy needs a 5 to take the lead here.
2 of diamonds on the turn.
2 of diamonds is a dangerous card. It gives Guy an inside straight draw, but it gives Doyle the nut flush draw.
Guy checks, and Doyle bets 110,000 here.
That's a pretty strong bet.
Yeah.
I think Guy might have called something like 60, 70,000, 110. Don't think he's going to call.
Hi, raise.
10 minutes ago.
He just said raise. Just when I said he wasn't going to call, he said raise.
But you were right.
I was right. He wasn't going to call.
Wasn't going to call at all.
200,000.
200 more.
Guy is trying to make Doyle throw away
this long.
ace, queen, ace, king. And Doyle doesn't look like he's in any mood to throw it away.
No.
I mean, I would be putting Guy on a big hand here. You just called on the flop.
30,500 more.
Guess I have to go, eh?
Doyle's going all in for 30,500 more.
Man.
30,000.
He already said call.
Wow.
30.
Man, and we're now looking at the biggest pot in the history of high-stakes poker.
And the whole table is going to be shocked when they see the hands that these two guys have.
What do you got?
Ace 10 on the flush.
Oh, with the diamonds. He's got outs.
You want to show your hand? You want to see mine? Okay, do
You
whatever
can
you
hold
want.
on. You can deal once or twice. That's why he's asking.
No, he doesn't run it. He doesn't run it twice.
I have ace 5.
Oh, whoa.
You did it once or twice, it didn't matter. You say, Guy.
Huh?
You say.
You can run it more than once. So you're allowed to
Oh, you're just
decide.
not going to run it once.
It's up to you.
No, it's up to you. Believe me, I'm not going to decide that.
You have the advantage there.
The biggest hand in the history of high-stakes poker. Most money in the center of the table on two very mediocre hands.
And they're going to run it twice here.
call, Doyle.
Buddy, I've sat here all day and hadn't made a pair.
3 or 5.
Any catch?
You got to hand it to Doyle making that call. He did have the nut flush draw, but it was a hell of a call. And it was a hell of a play by Guy.
Yeah.
4 also.
4 each split it.
There's a queen.
One more.
One for Doyle. Guy needs a 3 or 5 that's not a diamond.
Give us a face card.
Well, a 3 will be perfect. Oh.
10 will do it.
One.
Nice hand.
Nice hand, Dolly.
Get to be patient, Doyle.
When you don't make a pair for 8 hours, you go crazy.
That didn't look like the best hand when he raised you.
I couldn't.
And somewhere in the world, a performance of Cirque du Soleil will be for Doyle's benefit tonight.